To another Narc Survivor live video. I just checked into this new condo where I will be staying for 1 month in the Philippines. And it's the first time I've actually booked a place for 1 month. Normally, as you know, I just book for one night or maybe a week at the most. A nice view of the city. And you can even see the beach just down there. But yeah, this is where I will be staying for 1 month. And I will be doing a lot of work in this room. As you can see, I got my plaque here. From 2.5 years ago, or 2 years ago, when I achieved 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. A very proud moment. But yeah, let's get into it. In this one, I'm going to talk about why narcissists triangulate you with other people. Because of course, it must leave many of you confused. You must be thinking, what is going on? What is up with these childish, immature games? What is the purpose behind it? Because typically people don't behave in that way. Or you might not expect them to behave that way. You would expect them to come directly to you instead of going around and spreading these lies and rumors about you, exaggerating things, blowing things out of proportion. But you just got to think about it like this. What are they getting out of it by doing that? How does it benefit them? Rather than them coming to you, telling you what the problem is, trying to get you to resolve it for them, to correct it. Now, the reason why they go behind your back and they spread these lies and rumors about you, they smear your name, they turn people against you. The reason why they do all of this is because it garners them sympathy and attention. It gets people to notice them when normally they might feel invisible. They might feel like no one cares about them. Remember, narcissists are attention whores. They want all of the attention to be on them because they have a void inside of themselves. And you, one person, you could never give them the amount of attention that they need. They get attention from stirring up trouble, causing drama and chaos, pitting people against each other. And they learned this a long time ago in their childhood, that this is how they would get attention. This is how they would get people to notice them and care about them. And it also provided them with a sense of power and control, when normally they would feel weak, powerless, and helpless. And they may have coordinated this when they were a child with their parents. They may have turned their parents against each other. And they liked how that felt. They liked the sense of power that it gave to them. So this is why they will triangulate you with other people. And also, remember, they're very insecure. They're very envious and jealous. So they want to turn people against you. They want people to see you in a negative light. Because otherwise they feel like you're gonna steal the spotlight away from them. You're gonna take all of the attention for yourself. Because that's what they would do in that situation if they had the opportunity to do that. And that is what they do. That's why they triangulate you with other people. Because they want all of the attention for themselves. They want everyone's attention to be on them. They want people to feel bad for them. This is why they play the victim, so that they gain sympathy and support from other people. Or sometimes they may say that someone else is the victim, maybe a victim of you, and then the narcissist comes in as the rescuer, as this person who's going to save them from you, as though you are the perpetrator. When actually what they do is they push and provoke you for a reaction. They engage in many different tactics to cause you to react, to cause you to become aggressive, so that they can then paint you as the persecutor. And then they can play the victim, or they can label someone else as the victim, and then they can be in the role of the rescuer. All for the attention. All for that sense of power and control. And also for whatever benefits or opportunities they may gain from taking you out of the picture. So potentially they just view you as a threat. They're jealous. They feel like you have the power to take something away from them. The power, the glory, the success that they want all for themselves. Even though they do not show qualities that warrant them being worthy or deserving of it. It's just all about themselves. It's all about what they want to get for themselves. And that's how they're able to create these drama triangles and turn people against each other. This is how they're able to do that, because it is just all about themselves. They don't care about anyone. Even when they're playing the victim or they're coming in as the rescuer, they really don't care about anyone but themselves. They don't care about anyone. They only care about themselves. They only care about getting attention for themselves, because their emotional needs were not fulfilled in childhood. So they will do anything to get it. And of course, this is one tactic that's worked throughout history, where they paint someone as the persecutor. It's divide and conquer. And then they manipulate, pressure, or coerce everyone into getting onto their side. And they get to all of those people first, before you have the opportunity to do that. Because they see it as though more people means more power. But actually it doesn't, because typically they just have a bunch of idiots on their side. Because that's really it. I mean, if these people can believe these things about you, that they're not coming to you to hear what you have to say about it, then that just shows that they were never really with you, and they're gravitating towards power. All they really want is power for themselves, rather than being fair and real. So these are all things that you need to take into consideration Because what type of person is going to hear these lies and rumours about you and just go along with it, just go on to this other person's side, when they're supposed to know you, if they're your friend or a relationship partner, a family member, or even if they don't know you? They should have some boundaries. They should have some respect and think that they do not know you. But this is what a lot of people do in these situations where there's triangulation, is that they're viewing you as an extension of themselves. Or they're viewing you as someone else from their past. But they're unaware of it. They're doing it unconsciously. They don't even see you. They may not even know who you are. But they're seeing you as someone else, someone who posed some kind of threat to them earlier in their life or possibly in their childhood. And even if you try to sway or deviate from this role that they have assigned to you, that they're getting you to play out through provocation, they will keep trying to push you back into that role, into being that person, this character that at one point in time hurt them or was a threat to them, because they need you to play that role. They need to have someone who they can persecute so that they can play the victim, which then garners them sympathy and support. Or so that they can then regulate their jealousy by painting someone else as the victim, you as the perpetrator, and themselves as the rescuers who are coming in to save the victim. So this is how they have to set up these situations in order to get what they want. This is why they use divide and conquer. This is why they triangulate you with other people. Because it gets them what they want. And what they want is power and control. What they want is attention. They want the spotlight to be on them. They want to be the center of attention at all times. So this is why they do what they do. And it's not that everyone may believe in exactly what they're saying about you or how they're labeling you as the persecutor. Some people may actually see that it's quite ridiculous. But those types of people, they're probably not going to get involved. They're going to realize that nothing they say is going to get them to see any sense. So you may not see or hear from those types of people. They won't want to get involved, and it may be out of fear. They may be afraid of the same thing happening to them, because they may recognize that the narcissist has such a childish mentality. They're very immature to where it's like all or nothing, black or white, us against them. And not only that, but they need it to stay that way. And this is the crazy thing about it. They need it to be that way. These roles need to be in place. And you can never deviate from that role. If you do, they will push you back in it. They will want to keep you there. Even if you're trying to change whatever they said is meant to be wrong about you, even if you're trying to correct it, they won't let you correct it. They will be really angry and frustrated. And you may be there trying to make it better for them, and they won't let you do it. They will hold on to their anger, frustration, and rage because they're very stubborn. And I think in some ways, because they're sadists, they actually enjoy it. They enjoy how it makes them feel. Because they know that they're hurting you, they're punishing you. Because you may just be seeking a sense of resolve. And I know the horns are pretty crazy outside. I am on the 32nd floor. I tried to get the highest floor that I possibly could, but it's still very loud. But what I will do is put my earphones in so that it's not so distracting. The most important thing for me is that my viewers get the best possible experience that they can on this channel. Because I know so many of you are going through this. So many of you have your friends, your family, even your own children turning against you. And you're being alienated. Because this is just it. I mean, a lot of people in this world, they only care about themselves. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you're going through. They don't care about your experience. All they care about is attention. All they care about is gaining a sense of power and control. Because they're that insecure. These narcissists are very insecure. They're very childish and immature. And this is why they do what they do. I mean, they're just those traits in particular. You really think someone who is more responsible and mature, you really think that type of person is going to do the things that they do? Pitting people against each other, spreading lies and rumors. And even if it's a situation where something they're saying about you is true, what right do other people have to know these things about you? Who are they? And if they can know about you, then why can't you know about them? And this is the case a lot of times, is that they label you as the persecutor because unknowingly to you, these are the people may be far worse than anything that they're trying to paint you out to be. They may be engaged in all sorts of things. I mean, just think about it. A lot of these people engage in stalking and harassment. Very serious crimes. And yet they get people onto their side when they're engaged in these campaigns. So just think about it. What kind of people are going to align with someone who is actively committing serious crimes? If they're good people, if you're a good person, you're not going to align with someone who's actively committing serious crimes, who's engaged in stalking, harassment, bullying, coercion, intimidation. If you're a good person, you're not going to align with someone like that. And I know that myself because on many occasions throughout my life, I've seen it myself where groups of people targeted one person. And these people were committing crimes against them. They were bullying, harassing, intimidating them, stalking them. These are all serious crimes. Even assaulting them on some occasions. What type of person would I be if I aligned with those groups of people? It wouldn't make me any better than them. And this is what you got to think with these people who the narcissist is triangulating you with. If they were good people, they would listen to you. They would want to know what you have to say. They would recognize that the narcissist is actively committing serious crimes. They're doing things that are seriously wrong. What type of good person would align with someone like that? They wouldn't. It just wouldn't happen. Because good people do not want to be around someone like that. Someone who behaves in the way that they do. Good people want to be around someone who's more calm, reasonable, understanding, peaceful, stable. Of course, it may be the case that some of them are not that aware. If they can't even see that you're being provoked, and that the narcissist is painting you as the persecutor, they're painting you in a negative light. If some of those people can't even see that, then they're unaware. They're not awake. Because if they were awake, then they would see it. But many of them, they will play dumb. They will just pretend. They will just act like they don't see what's going on, when really they do. Really, at some level, they know that what they're doing is wrong. And they know that they're wrong by siding with the narcissist. By siding with someone who's clearly mentally and emotionally unstable. And someone who is doing everything they possibly can to provoke you. I mean, just think about it. Just think about this from an outsider's point of view, from an observer. You really think that anyone who's being put through what you're being put through, where they're triangulating you with other people, and maybe they've got all their pitchforks out for you, they're provoking you, they're taunting you, intimidating you. How can anyone completely keep their cool while they're around people like that? And this is how you got to see it, because you really think that these people can't see that. Many of them can't, they just don't care. They just rather it be you than and not them. And that's why they're provoking you. That's why they're like poking you with a stick to get a reaction out of you, to get you to blow up. While they're stalking and harassing you because they don't want it to be them. They want to feel like it's you who's harassing them. You who can't leave them alone. So essentially, they are engaged in projective identification. They're just sewing in parts of themselves that they do not like and assigning them to you. It's a form of cleansing, purification. Many of these people are unaware and they don't even know who they are. There may be some self-aware narcissists involved in these groups that you're being triangulated with. I mean, Sam Vaknin recently did a video on gang stalking, and he spoke about how many of these gang stalkers are going to be sociopaths and psychopaths, because these are the types of people who will do this. They're not going to be sane people. They're going to be people who are mentally ill. And of course, it would be people who are mentally ill, because otherwise we would be saying that this behavior is normal. Now reflect on this, reflect on the things that have been done to you. Do you think it's normal for someone to go around spreading lies or rumors about you, spreading your personal information? Do you think it's normal for someone to be bullying and intimidating you and also blaming you and then punishing you? Do you think it's normal for a number of people to be targeting one person, and then when they get a reaction that they want, then they feel like they're more powerful and in control than that one person? Does any of this sound normal? No, it's fantasy. It's a childlike fantasy. It's a make-believe world where they think that a large number of people can target just one person, and just because they pressure you or they get you to submit, they get you to react, then in their minds that means that they're more powerful than you. They're more in control than you are. Actually, what that means is that you're more powerful and in control than all of them put together. Because it takes all of them just to affect you, just to affect one person. But they can't even see it because they're delusional. They're completely delusional people. And this is how it is. This is how it's always been. Just like with Jesus. I mean, it happened with many other prophets as well, throughout history. Many other historical figures. All of these people who engage in these demoralizing tactics, these degrading behaviors, they group together to feel like they're better than this one person that they're targeting. But actually, no, the reason why they do it, the reason why they seek a sense of power and control over this one person, this one target, is because deep down, even together as a group, collectively, they feel inferior to that one target. And that is what compels them to behave in this way, to where they work together as a team to break you. Because they see it as though you're better than all of them. And of course you are. Of course you're better than all of them. Because they're all predators. They're all horrible people who are ruthlessly exploiting you, taking advantage of your weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Collectively, they view you as being greater than them because you are, because you're innocent. You're unaware of the things that they do. You're not like them. You're just a good, genuine person. And that's how they're able to target you. That's how they're able to triangulate you with other people. Because you're innocent, you're pure, and maybe there's some naivety there as well. That's how they're able to do it. So when they're doing this, when they're triangulating you with other people, it's typically because of positive traits that you possess, good things about you, that causes them to be envious and jealous of you, that causes them to feel intimidated and to view you as a threat, to where they want to take you out, they want to take you down. But also because they feel threatened and intimidated, because they feel fearful and they're cowards, they can't do it on their own. And this is what cowards do. They team up against you, against one person, because they all collectively together feel inferior to you. And they may be thinking as well that you think you're better than them. And they want to teach you a lesson. They want to humble you, they want to deflate you. They want to show you that you're not better than them. The problem is that by them teaming up together against you, they're then just proving to themselves, proving to you, proving to everyone that yes, in fact, you are better than them. Because otherwise, you know what they would do? If they were more secure about it, more secure in themselves, rather than being envious or jealous, rather than feeling threatened and intimidated by you, what they would do is they would make a collaborative effort with you, rather than turning against you, rather than triangulating you with other people and teaming up with them against you. So it just reveals their insecurity. And this isn't insecurity with regard to them being afraid of you or feeling like you're going to cause them pain, you're going to do them damage. Notice how when they triangulate you with other people, it's all superficial. It's all about superficial things. It's all about physical appearance, money, having a good job, having something on the surface, because that is what they're insecure about. That is what gets to them. That's how they view you as being better than them. Superficially. And that's why they're so envious and jealous. Essentially, they just want to be you. They want to have the qualities and characteristics that you have. And this is why many of them, they'll just go ahead and steal things from you. They'll go and copy and mimic you. They'll try and beat you. Because that's just it. Since they saw you, they just felt like they wanted to be you. They felt like they had a better shot at life by being you than being themselves. But in order for them to adopt your qualities and characteristics, they have to take you out because you can't both be you. So then they've got to turn people against you. And this is what many narcissists do. They manipulate someone, they target them, and then straight away they go to the devaluation. They start breaking you down. And then they start stealing from you your characteristics, even your money and possessions. And then they just throw you out, they discard you. Because then they're ready to become you. Or in their minds, they're ready to become a better version of you. While at the same time, it's also a form of purification, cleansing themselves of their unwanted qualities. So this is why they do it. This is why they triangulate you with other people. Because of course, it garners them sympathy and support. Because they're playing the victim against you. And other people may be envious and jealous of your superficial characteristics, your money, your job, your possessions. So it's very easy to get these people to turn against you. Because they're equally as jealous and insecure as the narcissist. And they may disguise it as something else. But just look at the behaviors. Look at the things that they're doing. What does that have to do with anything that they're meant to have said that you have done? What connection does that have with any of it? And actually, if you look at it, the things that they do to you, it's almost like they're trying to create or perpetuate some imagined or existing state or condition that they have assigned to you. They're trying to create that through their behaviors. It's as though their behaviors would create that type of person. When it's like, hold on a minute. If you're saying that a person has done this or a person is this way, you would be behaving the opposite way of what you're doing in order to make this person better. But they're not trying to make you better, they're trying to make you worse. Because the problem isn't that you were bad. The problem isn't that there was something wrong with you, it's because so many things were right. It's because you're a wonderful person. And they're just very jealous and insecure. That's why, because otherwise, if it was really the case that something was wrong with you, that you were bad, they would be trying to make you better. They would focus their time and energy on making you better, not making you worse. They're trying to make you worse through provoking you and triangulating you with other people, bullying and intimidating you, depriving you, robbing you, assassinating your character. They're doing all of these things to make you worse, not to make you better, because they're jealous and insecure. And that's how you know the difference. That's how you know what their true motive is. So I hope that clears the confusion for any of you who are wondering about why they triangulate you with other people. I mean, it's very histrionic. I mean, I know it's a bit of an old movie, but there's some good scenes to watch because it really reveals that narcissistic histrionic triangulation. And it's Mean Girls with Lindsay Lohan. I remember watching that before, and some of the scenes, it really reveals how it's not that Lindsay Lohan, the character that she played, was the problem. It's not so much that there was anything wrong with her. She was a good person. She was a good character in the movie. It's that Regina George was very jealous and insecure. She felt like the spotlight was being taken away from her. And that's when she then gossiped about Lindsay Lohan and turned people against her, because she wanted the attention back on herself again. And it's an excellent example of a histrionic narcissist. That's exactly what they're like. And what I've noticed is that many of these narcissists who engage in triangulation, gang stalking, smear campaigns, many of them appear to have strong borderline and histrionic traits. Many of them appear to be somatic narcissists. They're not cerebral. They're not academic or highly intelligent. It's all just empty, superficial nonsense. This is how it appears to be. But yeah, let me know what you think in the live chat down below. I've got my earphones in because it is very noisy with all of the cars and the horns. So it's difficult to think straight, but with my earphones in, it helps me better to concentrate. But yeah, if you found it helpful so far, give it a thumbs up. Let's get this message out there. Now let's see what people are saying in the live chat. No moderator at the moment, so there might be a few trolls in queue. Predict said, I became schizophrenic too around Narc. I do believe that there is a connection between schizophrenia, or at the very least schizophrenic traits, and narcissistic abuse. I do believe that there is a connection between the two. But I will need to do more research on that. But even in my own personal experience, I've become aware of it. I've noticed, not so much full-on traits, but I've noticed slight changes in my behavior from being around narcissists, to where it seems similar to what you might expect to see from someone who has schizophrenic traits. Now, of course, you may not see that in me, while I may be aware of it myself, because, of course, I'm with myself every day, so I know myself very well. And I notice these slight changes. And as soon as I notice it, I become aware of it and I correct it. But it does appear as though there is a connection there. But that doesn't mean so much that there's something wrong with you. If you do feel like you're developing schizophrenic traits around narcissists, in some ways it's a normal development as a result of what you're dealing with. Because think about it. If you can stay normal, if you can stay unaffected in that type of situation, that must mean that there's something wrong. Because a crazy person is going to make you crazy. A crazy person should not make you feel normal. That shouldn't happen. They should make you feel crazy. They should make you feel like you want to run away from them, because they're not normal. Grumpy Author 7 says, putting you in mental hospital is their goal as well. I do believe that is a goal for many narcissists. Yeah, they want to put their victims in a mental institution, or leave them out on the streets, leave them homeless, or get them to take their own lives, or even get them locked up in prison. That does appear to be the end goal for many narcissists. That's what they would like to see, once they realize that they can't control you anymore. Because they don't want anyone else to have that supply. They see it as though once they've laid eyes on it, it's theirs for life. Darrell Green says, we must be like the cat. Always fall back on our feet, no matter what. I like that. Because as many of you know, I have my cat, Nala, as well. Yes, no matter what, fall back on your feet. Be resilient, never give up. Because their job is to break you, to make you just like them. But we're not like them. Tiffany Davis says, yeah, they can smell fear from a mile away. You can't let them know you feel fearful or sad. Yeah, they will be able to sense your energy and emotions, even at a distance. Because think about it, you're their source of supply. So they're attached to you, they're enmeshed with you because you're generating all of this power, energy, and emotion that's feeding them. So they're going to notice any subtle shifts in your mood or behavior. They're going to be aware of it because it's going to affect the quality of their supply. They may feel like they know you better than you know yourself. But actually, it is an illusion. They don't know you at all. They wire you. So of course, they know what button to push to get a certain reaction from you. Because they're the ones who wired you to be that way. But they don't really know you. They only know you as their puppet. They don't care to know the real you. They just care to know how they can use you to their advantage, but that's not going to be the real you. Miss Cashwell Love says, just remember, they will always be miserable, even if they hide it. That's true, they will always be miserable. The only joy they get is from deceiving people or from hurting people. And that's about it. Hurting or deceiving people. Or sometimes just deceiving themselves. And that's how it has to be for them. Olga Ritter says, I am being gang stalked. It is horrible. So sorry for you, Olga. But just know that I do have many videos here on gang stalking. And I'm available for one-on-one coaching as well, which you can book on my website, narcsurvivor.co.uk. Justin Findlow says they are like a child in an adult body who goes into a tantrum when they don't get their way. That's right. They're very childish and immature. And triangulation is really just a part of their tantrum. That's all that it is. It's just them trying to get their way in situations where they're not meant to get their way. So then they feel like a fake, they feel like an imposter. They know that they don't deserve anything that they have because they manipulated people in order to get it. So it doesn't leave them anywhere good. But yeah, I got some more work to do on my laptop. I'm gonna finish working on my next video, which will be up very soon. It will be another video more on triangulation. I will post it up as soon as I can. But yeah, I'm in this condo now for the next month. So I've got my plaque out over there. 100,000 subscribers presented to Narc Survivor. They should do a plaque for 200,000 subscribers as well. But instead they go straight from 100,000 to 1 million. Now I think they should do 200,000 and 500,000 in between as well. Because there are a lot of channels who are between 100,000 and 1 million subscribers. So I think that would be good, but I don't think they will do it. But yeah, I'm really happy with my plaque. I'm really happy with our achievement that we achieved together. Took a lot of work, many early mornings, many late nights. But together we did it. 100,000 subscribers. Real dedication, real hard work, real passion, real love. Achieved it not just by thinking about myself, but thinking about other people. Thinking about relationships, families, communities. And that's just it. That's how I achieved it. That's how we achieved it together. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let's get this out there. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button and click all notifications so that you will be notified when I go live again. At this moment, there are not any ads on any of my videos, so I'm not earning any revenue, but I really appreciate it if you would like to donate, and all donations are appreciated no matter how small. You're welcome to donate to my PayPal. It's paypal.me/narcsurvivor. And if you'd like to book a one-on-one coaching session with me, just go to my website. It is narcsurvivor.co.uk. Also, I am available on Instagram. You can see my content on there and even send me a message. It's Narc Survivor YouTube on Instagram. So that's it from me today. Thank you all for joining me here in the condo with the YouTube plaque. And I will talk to you in another one very soon.